I was driving the other day and I accelerated fast and I felt that transmission gear was slipping, and I took the car home, and I have engine, I have a code reader, auto scanner, and I looked at it and it told me there was some codes, 5 of them, and I have never changed transmission oil on this car. For many years I had it, and I changed engine oil well, but never changed transmission oil. And since the car has already now almost 300,000 miles, kind of regret it not looking into this before. And so now I'm gonna see what I can do. So I plugged the transmission, code reader, and now just gonna go see the codes. So one is p09. There was, now it's there 4 codes. Earlier there was 5, and I went online and printed this instruction, and it seems like for this year 2003 4runner V8, it has a a750F transmission for 4-wheel drive, and a750E for rear wheel drive. I'm assuming they're the same inside. So right now, today, I'm just gonna try to remove the pan, and since I do this kind of after work a little bit, so I do this little bit today, next day, and I already drained transmission fluid from the car. I put the emergency brake, but I don't think it matters when the car is already jacked up, just in case, I guess. Doesn't really do anything, only real wheels. So I already jacked up the car from all sides and put the jack stands and the jack. So from my understanding, I have to disconnect this pipe so I have access to the transmission pan. I'm gonna use a spray on both sides, here and over there, and see if that helps. And also disconnect oxygen sensor connector as well. So I have been trying to remove these bolts, but it's kind of hard because I don't have any special tools, just the regular breaker bar, and it slips here when I try to undo them. I guess I could use some, I have some ideas what I can do here, but I'm gonna try to remove this pan without dropping this pipe. See what happens. I just realized I need to remove this also plastic piece, and it has two bolts, 12mm. Since I'm gonna work on the car for some time, I decided to disconnect battery. I read somewhere it's a good idea. I have removed all the bolts from the pan, and I'm gonna use this pry bar tool. Try to remove this. Oh, it seemed like it dropped. Okay, and there is something holding it there, and I think this is just gonna come out. So from my understanding, to remove the dipstick line, I have to disconnect this bolt right here. So it looks like in my case it's easier to remove the dipstick tube from the passenger side. Well, I didn't have this here, so that's why it's easier. It looks like it's 12mm. I have disconnected the bolt. Now looks like all I have to do is just maybe rotate this back and forth to disconnect the upper from the lower dipstick tube. Okay, so I'm still trying to disconnect this part right here, and no success so far. Maybe use something like this. Keep going. I also have decided to remove the drain plug and release some more oil. Seems like there was some more. That's even after all drained in the first times. Probably because of the way oil transmission fluid pan is tilted. That's why I think it's coming out more. I have put two bolts back on the pan so it doesn't move. What I realized is originally I should have removed the dipstick tube first before removing this. So I put one back or two here, and now I use this tool, I'm not sure the name, and then I kind of hit it with the hammer on this side, and it looks like it's coming out now, so it should be fine. So now it should come out, I believe. Okay. Yes, cannot. Again, I've done it first. I would have done this differently. And now I just want to make sure it's correct when I put it back in the right way. So I have removed the few tube stick, but I realized there's no way to remove the pan. There is no space. So from what I read, I need to remove this I guess cross pipe, and from what I understand, I need to have a torch and an impact wrench. I have torch but no impact wrench, so we'll need to come back for this later. I'm gonna put back oil pan with two bolts. I was able to remove the bolt from the exhaust cross pipe, and what I did is I went online and I read, and I was told I needed to get so before I used this breaker bar and nothing happened, and I was told I need to get impact wrench, and yeah, it's actually amazing. It worked. And this one I got from Harbor Freight for $40. It's electric, and also this set of impact socket, this was like 25. This was actually 50, but online I found coupon 20% off. I just googled Harbor Freight coupon, and when I got there I just showed them from my phone, and they scanned it and it was 40. So yeah, it's working well. It seemed like a good tool to have. Yeah, I just put it there, and yeah, it came off one bolt there, and the other one here. Very good tool. I have disconnected the sensor from here. I used these two pliers and I pressed, so I pulled with the pliers here and pressed this part. I have removed the bolts, but the pipe is still not moving well, and I think I need to remove this I'm not sure the name, but these things are holding it. I'm gonna spray it, and let's see, and try to remove it. I'm using white lithium, but I think the best, from what I read, is to use WD-40. I don't have one. I'm gonna try to pry it with this flathead screwdriver. So I have removed these rubber holders. I decided to use these two little crowbar and just pried it. It was easier to use that, but I think any tool could be used, whatever it works for oneself. I have realized I need to this pipe is still not moving as much as I wanted, so I realized I think I need to remove these as well. And this is really good too, I like it. Wow. I have removed the bolts. This bolt actually on this side stayed, but when I removed this bolt on this side it came out this way. I'm not worried now, I'm just gonna put it back how it was later. I mean, it still has the threads. And now I need to disconnect this sensor cable, and then it looks like it should, this whole cross pipe should drop. Okay, I have disconnected the oxygen sensor cable, and I just moved this down with my hand, and seemed like the pipe came down, and I have enough space now here with the transmission fluid pan to move it down. Definitely helped that I removed these parts here and over there. Now this flex, this pipe can flex. And I just realized, so I don't lose the bolts, I'm gonna put them back here for when I'm ready to install. I don't have to look for them. I'm gonna do this from both sides. So I'm ready to drop the pan. I have just okay. Now there's enough clearance. Oh, need to use both hands, I think. Okay. Yes, I finally removed it, and I'm not sure what this means yet. Again, first time doing it, but now at least I can go and online research what I need to, how to, I guess, remove these and then test them. I'm not sure how to test them, but well, I'll look. But yeah, and this is I guess the filter, and okay, the first part is done. I have removed the filter, and from my understanding I have to look at these cables and make sure first that they're not broken or that they're in good shape, and it seems like they're in good shape. So now I'm thinking I need to disconnect each of these solenoids and then test them and see which one is not working. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I don't even know if they're, they're correct, but I printed instruction manual, and they tell you which one to remove first. So I'm gonna be doing this next. I'm looking at the oil, transmission pan, and I don't see any. It looks very clear. From my understanding, if I see like shavings or some metal, small pieces, might be bad sign, but I don't know. I hope it is a good sign that all I need to do is just replace the solenoids. And here is the printout I found on internet. I will put a link to this PDF once I'm done. But this looks like the front, and these are one of the two errors. I already wrote it down, so I need to remove at least 2 of these solenoids. I'm gonna remove these 2 solenoids. From my understanding, this is p0976 and this one is p0974. And I will need to use 10mm. On another note, I just read that it's possible I need to check one of these harnesses before even I started doing this. I'm assuming it's this here, the pin connector, and I was told there might be some corrosion, but I'm just gonna keep going with this and just to test this, just for myself to understand. Perhaps this is issue, but keep going. Okay, so just remove this one, and I'm gonna put the bolt back. I'm gonna do the same with this one and then test it at home. I don't know even how they test it, but there's some videos I found. Here's what I'm seeing now once it's removed. p0976, also known as solenoid valve S2, and this one p0974, solenoid valve S1. And since I'm just doing a couple hours today, I'm taking my time. I have closed back, I put back the cover of the pan just with the one bolt, so nothing gets dirty in there while it's open.